Yo, yo, yo. It cannot be. Is that Rim Breezy I see?
What's up, my guy?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Dude, living the dream. Headband's back.
Nice.
Been a minute, dude.
Dude, it's been a minute, bro.
Been a
Sorry,
minute,
let me
bro.
adjust my camera so we don't have any. But yeah, dude, it's been a while. I think the last time we did this was
The NFL draft.
NFL draft.
Been a couple months.
So it's been a little while. To kind of give a little context, back and better than ever. What's up, Caleb? How you doing, brother?
Uber
the boys
fan.
are back. Hard Pass Sports Podcast is back. But yeah, so kind of give a little. So I ended up having to move at the end of what? I mean, I've been here for a couple months now, I guess. So it's really been a while. I ended up having to move, and during my move, the first week, your boy caught COVID, and I had COVID for about 2 weeks. I actually tested positive for a while, and then it's one of those things where we're gonna wait. Then in the move, my mic stand didn't work, so I didn't have a mic for a while, which I had to go bum a blue. I'm using a Blue Yeti microphone now, so I don't know. Hopefully, I sound okay, but
you sound beautiful, dude.
It's just been
voice of an angel.
Voice of an angel, someone say. But yeah, so all excuses aside, here we are. Boy's been growing out the beard. It's getting a little long.
Oh, we're talking facial hair right now?
So now we're talking, is that I'm trying to pin who you look like. And it's like it's a fatter version of Garth Brooks is what I'm coming to.
I'll take that. That's a win.
And to be honest with you,
in my book.
I was going to say, that's a win,
That's a win.
So I think that's where we're going to land on. But
I think I'm going to keep this thing. I think I'm keeping it. Dude.
I'm not lying to you. You look 10 times better with it.
I mean, 10 times better than already being a 10. Damn. I don't know, man. I'm digging it. I can't grow anything else properly. This is the only thing that comes in right. I think I'm keeping it, dude. Until I start eating my mustache, and then I'm just going to lose it and shave the whole thing.
So in the background, while we haven't been streaming or going live, we have been getting into a lot of discussions. Almost like we should have been streaming the whole time.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to recreate that passion.
That passion, yeah. I mean, we were really getting into it. But there's a lot of stuff that's going on since, we were going to, I think we were going to do an NBA preview, and then we are going to do an NBA Finals preview, and it just never came to light.
We were going to do a lot of things, and it all went bye-bye.
But the NBA's ass, so I'm not upset about that. If LeBron's not in the playoffs, it's a snooze fest. Polar Pete,
baby.
So we're getting into all that kind of stuff. But I guess we can go back, and the Warriors won the NBA Finals. Hooray for that.
That they did.
Nothing really great to recap on that.
Curry got his Finals MVP, so
let me try to fix
pretty much cements his legacy.
Right.
So, I mean, as if he needed to cement it anymore. It was the one thing was the Finals MVP, so he got that. Shout out to Boston. At the beginning of the year, if you'd have told me Boston would have been playing for an NBA title this year, I would have told you were crazy. But I've always been a big fan.
Fire.
They did. They can play defense and better than most teams when they actually try. I've always been kind of a big fan of the Tatum-Brown duo. And I know for the last 2 years, there's been a lot of talks and them breaking that duo up. And I'm just kind of like, why would you do that? They're both very young. They've still got a lot of years left to continue to grow and develop. I'm like, you have two young stars. Why not build the team around that instead of trying to break that up? That was it just didn't make sense to me. It's like, you're not going to get another player at the same age at the same value that you get out of a Jaylen Brown. So like, why break it up? So, but yeah, I mean, good for them. They got there. I thought they were outclassed. We didn't have a podcast about it, but my prediction was Warriors in 6. Yeah, so
I mean, the basketball playoffs was kind of a giant letdown, no matter from start to finish, in my opinion. Snooze fest after snooze fest series is nothing crazy happened.
Yeah, it was weird too because like most of the games were blowouts. You didn't really have many like
even if it was an upset, the upset team would blow the
it'd be a 5-point game in the fourth quarter and just why even watch? Yeah, it was a little bit different for me. I know I'm hyped on NBA playoffs. Mm-hmm. This year I was just kind of I watched most of the games, but second halves I was passing out in the recliner. So
yeah, for real. Especially with you on the East Coast, you can't stay up for them late games.
Bro, can we not 9 p.m. tip-offs? Bro, killing me, man.
It's 6 p.m. for me, brother.
Bro.
So right now we have, I guess we'll talk about baseball. We're kind of at the halfway point. Actually, as we speak and we're recording this, the All-Star games just started or is starting. And nothing crazy. The Yankees been doing really well. The Braves caught fire again. The Mets have been doing really well. But everybody's kind of who we thought they were in baseball. Nothing very surprising. The Mariners have went on a big streak here recently, and it would be awesome to see them in the playoffs.
The Mariners with that massive streak. How about the Baltimore Orioles? I know they're not going to make the playoffs. Like that's irrelevant, but
they have a surprisingly decent team. Like they have some players
500 at the All-Star break. Of course, they're last in the division still. But didn't see that coming. They won 50 games last year?
Dude, they have some players on that team, which is actually surprising. But
all right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. I want to talk about last night. I want to talk Home Run Derby. And before we get into the part of this, I want to talk about what are your thoughts on the format of the Home Run Derby?
I don't like it. I don't like the seeding and how no matter what the lower seed, no matter how many home runs they've hit that day, they have to go first. I don't like that the guy who hits the most home runs almost never wins it anymore.
Yeah. Like that's the whole point.
It's like almost the point where you could serve enough energy to get to the finals and just outlast the guy.
Yeah.
Last year Vlad hit 90 something, I think.
Yeah.
And he didn't win?
Didn't win. Rodriguez just say 81. Didn't win. I know they had to change it up because you got to keep it interesting or whatever. It's the Home Run Derby. Like the guy who hits the most home runs should win the Home Run Derby. That's the whole point. Is it not? Yeah. But then you get these little matchups, these seeded matchups where in round one, if the guy before you hit 15, all you got to do is hit 16 and you're done. Mm-hmm. You don't have to keep going. I don't love it.
I mean,
I
Soto didn't hit double digits, I don't think, the whole time.
I personally think it's like I get rid of the matchup, a 1v1 matchup thing, because that's a joke. You got to let the guy who hits the most home runs win the Derby. That's all. That's my take on the format of it. It's insane to me because clearly Rodriguez was the story of the night. The kid was 21 years old, out there just hitting bombs, and he didn't win.
You're gonna have to tell Wes and the boys to give you some Wi-Fi because your shit's struggling a little bit.
Oh man. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. The boys are back, and I'm looking crispy, and Remy's in 2D over here for a second, guys. We got to see that goatee in HD, bro.
Hold on. I can probably fix it. I might lose for a second. Hold on a second.
Sorry about this, guys. It's been a little while. So I guess we'll talk about the Home Run Derby. And who won it. And it was, of course, Soto. Who didn't win it. Fuck Pete Alonso. He's such a hardo weirdo that takes this shit way too serious. And Twitter was having a roast sesh last night of him doing squats in his cleats and his full outfit downstairs doing meditating and shit. The dude is weird, bro. And I'm so happy that he lost. You still there with me? I think we might have lost Remy there for a second, guys. Let's try to get him back in here. I was trying to improve his quality because his connection was kind of going up and down. What's up, Dad? How you doing? Alonzo is just a pull hitter. And, Alonzo's built for that competition. But all
I'm
Mets
back.
aside and all that. Yeah, I hear you. You hear me? You good?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. All that.
See if this
Mets
is better.
Yeah.
All right. So, no, I'm done with you.
Back up a little bit for the mic.
I'm done.
There we go.
Pete Alonso, the hate,
His ass.
the slander
His
was
ass.
unacceptable. It was
Dude,
unacceptable.
he's such a hardo, bro.
Dude, he wanted to win.
Not having it.
Yes, I listen. I love that. I love that you have one guy out there that just wants to win the damn thing. He cares. He actually cares. It's literally why. It's why
Remy.
Right. It's why the dunk contest in the NBA is dying because no one gives a shit.
Remy.
Dude,
there's a point of you wanting to win, and then there's a point of you downstairs meditating and fake doing squats before. Why would you do squats before you go out there and swing the bat 100 times? No, that's all for show, bro.
Win, baby.
That's a joke.
Win,
he's a joke.
No matter what. You hate him because he's a Met, and I get that, and I respect that.
I don't. I hate him because he's a freaking weirdo.
Yeah, he's a baseball player. 99% of them are weirdos.
There you go.
But I'm fine
last year, Remy, he hit a line drive, and one kid twisted his ankle really bad, so they're having to pause the home run derby to drag the kid off the field, right? And then they show the kid, and he's out there just like getting drugged across the field, and then they flash back to Pete Alonso at the plate, and he's rattling, like dancing, smiling,
swag. He had a spinner chain after he won last year.
The kid's body was drugged across the field.
He cares. He wants to win at all costs, even if it means doing squat cleans with your cleats on.
No, not having it. I'm not letting you take this
every bit of it, dude. Out there, just gains, baby. Gains.
Agree to disagree. Let's start talking about stuff that matters, I guess. And we're going to move along to – so do you want to talk about NBA trades? And then we're going to dive really deep into football, all football. We're going to talk a lot of college and NFL. I think Alonzo must be a Dolphins fan. Got to be.
No.
Gotta be.
No. I like winners.
Stop.
I like winners.
Well, he lost last night. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Barely.
No, he lost pretty good. So we could talk a little bit of, I guess, Rudy Gobert got traded. I wish we were live during this when this happened. The Minnesota Timberwolves gave away their future for a center that doesn't fit their team. I'm not doubting the man is a good center, not great. He's a great defensive center. He's not good offensively at all. He's a good rebounder.
Why are you holding back, dude?
No, I'm not holding back.
Why are you holding back?
So great defensively. You know what? Ass offensively. Ass. He's an ass offensive center.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a decent rebounder. My man can't stay on the court. Did you see last year's playoffs? They had to take him off. He cannot guard pick and rolls. So if you're a great defensive center and you can't play defense, interesting. He got his ass beat up and down by Terrence Mann.
Let's go.
He had to get benched for Terrence Mann. And I just think it was one of the worst trades of all time.
And I don't. Because the Timberwolves are the Timberwolves. They've been this bad organization since their existence. The entire time, they've been a bad organization. They made the playoffs last year for Yeah, and they've made it barely squeaked in. Everyone remembers the celebration after winning the play-in game, like they won the championship. They made the playoffs last year. They added and now the fit. I agree. I don't know how the fit's going to work. I don't think the fit will work. I do not think that Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert playing together on the court at the same time is a great fit. I don't love that. But what I'm saying is,
I get
from the organizational standpoint, you gave up what, 4 first-round picks? It's a lot. But at the end of the day, they were a playoff team without Rudy Gobert. If Rudy Gobert makes them a 4 seed.
But I don't think he will, is the problem. Yeah. That comes back to me thinking of how bad the trade is. I get what you're saying. Why not try to progress and get better with this team? Because this is as good as they're going to get in the next 2 decades. I understand that. But don't do it for Rudy Gobert is my whole thing.
But they got to get somebody. Who else were they going to go get?
There's plenty of people out there on the trade block.
Not when they made that deal.
Dude, I don't think Rudy. So what? They were a play-in team, right?
Last year they were a play-in team.
Okay, last year they were a play-in team. Now they are 6. They're a 5 seed. Is it worth giving up 5 picks for 2 positions in the playoff bracket?
I mean, if those picks are the 24th and 25th pick every year, then yes.
But it won't be
because they're going to be nobodies.
It's going to be the 20th pick.
Okay. It's not a top 5 pick. It doesn't matter. The NBA draft is loaded full of just garbage players that don't matter.
I'll give you that. But that trade was ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense.
So, I mean, even this year with them making the play-in game, they're going to end up with the 20th pick. And who did they even draft?
And Rudy Gobert is an overrated piece of shit. So,
I mean, I know y'all's stance. You and your little.
No, it's not.
Homer
it's not.
That you got.
No, I know that Rudy Gobert is not a great basketball player.
He lacks offensive skill.
No, you know for a fact that Rudy Gobert is a regular season buster, bro. He's a flat track bully in the regular season.
Yeah. And that's what they need him to be so they can make the playoffs and actually have people that care. That's what they need him to be. They're not going to win a championship. They're not a championship team. They'll probably never be a championship team. They're the Minnesota Timberwolves. They had an MVP on their team. It meant nothing.
Bro, what do we think? Think back to Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. So if they draft the next best player in the NBA, then yes, they can be not with the 25th pick.
Remy, but how many top 3 picks have they had?
Yeah. And still look at them. That's what I'm saying. They had a team with Karl Anthony Towns, who was number 1 overall pick. Anthony Edwards, number 1 overall pick. D'Angelo Russell, top 3 pick. And they were still terrible. It did not matter. They're a badly run organization. So if you can just give the fans hope that we'll be a decent team, just a mediocre team that makes the playoffs.
Okay.
Then yes, I think it's worth it.
I just can't believe that you're such a Rudy Gobert stan, and it's gross.
I figured, baby.
As much basketball as you watched over your lifetime, and how much good center play you've watched over your lifetime, you would be like, this trade makes 0 sense.
No. Because, see, I thought that same thing. I had that same mentality when Milwaukee traded their whole future for Drew Holiday. I'm like, Drew Holiday's an average basketball player.
But, Remy, what took the Milwaukee Bucks contending to becoming a playoff team was not Drew Holiday. It was Giannis figuring out how to be good in the playoffs. It was Middleton taking that next step. And then it was the defensive-minded point guard who really controlled it.
And who gives a shit you gave away draft picks? Who cares? You won a championship in Milwaukee.
No,
I'm not saying Minnesota's going to win one, but
but I'm saying
if they're a better team because of it, who cares?
I guess if Cat and what was the other kid's name?
Edwards,
if they could take a step, then it makes sense. So we'll see.
I mean, I get it. I understand you're a regular season buster, My man averaged 15.6 and 14.7 rebounds.
Buster. He's a A-list Clint Capella, dude. Don't start with me about it. I'm done with that. We're moving on. Rudy Gobert, you're not going to change my mind about it. And I can't wait for him to flop so I can be like, I told you so. So the
put it on the board. We got to get the board. Put it on the board.
We have room back there now. I can
put it on the board. Timberwolves 4 seed. Trades irrelevant.
5 or 6 seed. Put it on the board. All right, Remy. Well, we're going to do this in a second, Caleb. We're going to talk real quick about the Brooklyn Nets being hilariously in shambles that they always are. Kevin Durant wants to trade Kyrie. No one wants Kyrie Irving. Apparently the Lakers do, but somewhat. Kyrie was tempted to be a mid-level exception for the Lakers, turning down $30 million, which he didn't, by the way. Not a shocker.
Yeah, he didn't.
He wants to sign and trade. You know what's crazy is Kyrie Irving's a great basketball player. He's a great basketball player, but he is an idiot.
He's not worth it, dude. God, he's not worth it.
Who knows what the Nets are going to end up doing? Let's see here.
So, Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer, Terry. First ballot Hall of Famer.
Stop.
3-time Defensive Player of the Year Hall of Famer.
Adam is just gaslighting you right now.
Stifle Tower, baby.
Nah, it's not happening.
Stifle Tower.
Also, Caleb said he wants you to talk about Gigi Jackson in a second.
I mean, well, yeah, but okay. So going back to the Nets, how hilarious is this, though? Just how funny is because all year, I mean, ever since they put that team together, you're like, man, Durant, Kyrie, they brought in James Harden for that little while. It's like, dude, talent-wise,
I never believed it, though.
Unreal. Yeah, same, because it's like they're so dysfunctional, it's all irrelevant. None of it matters. They are just a bunch of Looney Tunes out there playing basketball. It's irrelevant. It's just poetic justice, though. How many times has this happened to the Nets? You go build a super team, they can't win anything, and then you just have to blow it up.
They're going to start. They're going to start all over.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The issue is I will give you this: the haul you get for Rudy Gobert. What do you have to give up to get Kevin Durant if Rudy Gobert is worth 4 first-round picks? I mean, 8 team ownership or something.
Right.
We sell half the franchise of the Brooklyn Nets so that we can get Kevin Durant.
I don't know. If I'm honest with you, I don't think he gets traded because I don't think anybody can afford to trade for him.
It's so tough. The NBA is so tough to make trades anyway because, like, in order to get Kevin Durant, you have to give up.
Yeah, so everybody's over the salary cap.
Yeah.
And how it works is luxury taxes and bird rights and blah, 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 blah for all these players. So they have to take Kevin Durant's contract and they remove it from the Nets. And you have to submit that. You have to replace that with players equal to his contract.
It's got to be within like a percentage, but yeah, it's got to be close.
Here's the problem. The Nets don't want nobody that's overpaid right now unless they're on expiring deals.
Yes. But also too, with you're gonna have to give up a really good player because that's the only person that's gonna cost that much.
Right.
No, like there's no like bad players minus Russell Westbrook that make
on that
much money.
Right.
That make that much money that you can just ship them off. You're going to have to give up and dude, the funniest part to me was whenever the teams came out, they were like, Kevin Durant would like to go play for the Miami Heat or the Phoenix Suns. I'm like, the 1 seeds. He wants to go play for the 2 1 seeds.
And he only wants to play with them if they have 3 bona fide stars.
Yeah. And it's like, I want to play for Phoenix as long as they have Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and I want to play for the Miami Heat as long as they have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and all that. Like they're going to have to give up one of these pieces to get you Durant. That's not how that's going to work. Just Kevin
Durant, he's got to be trolling when he releases shit like that. He's got to be because he just leans into him being such a little dickhead. Him being wanting to become on a bona fide team all the time.
Yeah. So this is to me where the main issue is. I kind of wanted to talk to you about this a little bit. Kevin Durant is still he just signed a contract extension. he is still under contract with the Brooklyn Nets for 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. So his haul, because you're getting Kevin Durant for 4 years.
Yeah.
Which that haul, it better be 8 first-round picks, bro.
I'm all for this like player empowerment movement. But where's the cutoff? You signed a 4-year extension. That team, they know who you are. You're Kevin Durant, one of the greatest basketball players to ever walk the planet. And you agreed that you were going to be there for the next 4 years, and now all of a sudden you want out. At what point does a team look at a guy and go, no, we brought you here for a reason. You're one of the best players in the NBA. You signed a 4-year contract. You're going to play for us, or you're just not going to play. Like, if it's a 1-year deal.
I don't think he gets traded. I don't think he gets traded.
I mean, at this point, it's looking less and less likely. But, at what point does a franchise look – if he's on an expiring deal and he's told you he's leaving in free agency, I get that. That makes sense. But you're there for 4 more years. Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm sorry. We got to run a team here. We got to – you're locked in, bud.
I get you're upset because, he's an idiot for tying his future to freaking Kyrie Irving. You knew what you're signing up for. When they were scheming in that hall, being weirdos, you know what you signed up for.
Yeah.
But
also the
Hawks traded for an all-star before we move off the NBA.
Dude, we haven't talked about this.
The Hawks traded for DeJounte Murray. He's a bona fide stud. Great piece of the puzzle. Great 2. I mean, he's going to play 2. He's lengthy. He can also dribble. Trae Young can play off the ball. Great defender. Great move all around.
I love it. I mean, that was a fantastic move.
Patriots, Dolphins, Ohio State game. All right, so this dude, his name is Roger. I work with him at Matt's company. He is a giant Ohio State fan. And he's also a Patriots fan. So does it get much worse?
I don't know many worse people. I know this is our first time interacting, but I don't know many people worse than that on planet Earth.
I told him you're a Dolphins fan, so
I don't know.
He's a Patriots fan, and he's from Ohio. So
I mean, the only way is I don't even know. Are you a Yankees fan as well? Big Yankees guy.
All right.
Also,
so with
love
that being
the Celtics.
Said, we're gonna go into. We're going to talk college football, then we're going to finish it with NFL.
Well, before we go forward, go back to Caleb here, acknowledging G.G. Jackson. Huge for the program, massive for the program if we get him. I mean, he decommitted, and all the reports are that they're saying he's going to enroll early. He'll be at South Carolina in the next 2 weeks. Massive for the program. Maybe I'm assuming the biggest recruit we've ever got since he's number 1 in the nation. Yeah. So that's massive. To me, I look at it as it's similar to Spencer Rattler in football in that I don't know if we're going to be a good team because we have G.G. Jackson, but I think
it is some buzz.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the biggest part of it is we pull a guy like that. Hopefully we do well. Hopefully we do well. Who knows? Our basketball program is not good. So with the fact we pulled the number 1 recruit in the country is unbelievable.
I mean, we have to be better. I mean, I can't sit here and tell you that we're going to be worse. So.
Yeah. I mean, there's just no way. But
going to NIT, I'll take it though.
When's
the last time with the NIT?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, an NIT team, I would watch that team. I wasn't watching last year's team. I just wasn't doing it. So, I mean, I'm hype about it, but y'all was all I'm never hype until I see them on the court. Until I see him suit up in the Gamecocks uniform, then I'll be excited for him. Because who says he's still not locked in here? He still hasn't played a game. Who knows? Maybe he sucks. I hope not. But dear God, it's been tough being a Gamecocks basketball fan.
It's so funny. Only Carolina could get the number 1 recruit in the country in basketball and be like, what is wrong with this?
Yeah, something's wrong with him. Like clearly,
Something's up with this dude. I don't trust him.
yeah.
But
I do think it is massive for the program. Hopefully, it brings their recruits in and can be a building block. Because man, oh man, the plummet from the Final Four to where we are now is just unreal.
We're gonna have no rhyme or reason to our next, kind of talks. We're kind of bouncing around as it is. We just got so much, whatever pops in our heads, we're kind of talking about. And
of course, we haven't done this in 2.5 months.
So, college football, kind of transition to that. Today was SEC Media Day. Raj, if you're still here, it just means more. I'm sorry. Your conference is just...
It just means more.
It just means more. I'm sorry. But we are having some big shifts in these conferences with alignment and, it's just going to be two giant mega conferences. What the Big Ten got...
Southern Cal and UCLA.
UCLA. Two giant market teams.
That's what I think of when I think of the Big Ten.
The Big Ten. I think the two teams in California. I feel bad for the equipment manager who has to drive that fucking truck across the country. That's a hike.
Dude, just think about being the teams. Like, dude, all of our conference games are on the other side of the damn country.
Jacob says, wasn't Dabo Swinney supposed to quit? That's what he said. So
he did say that.
My man's a
on
liar.
Record. I'm calling him out.
The other day he was doing the gritty in a pink suit. So you can't trust that guy.
Yeah, but I mean, don't tell Jacob that. He might become a Dabo fan if he's gritty and all over the place.
So we had the SEC Media Days. I don't know if you watched any of it.
I watched some of it. I have a job that makes it real difficult to keep up, but I did see the Shane Beamer hype video. It was hilarious.
We did the walk out of it. Yeah.
Turn my swag. That shit was.
It was pretty good.
They had pyrotechnics in the background, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
He's been killing it. I mean, he kills the social media game. That's for sure.
Players coach.
For sure, he's a player's coach. My biggest issue with Carolina, and I guess we'll talk a little Carolina while we're here, is I just don't know what Satterfield's going to do with that offense. I saw what he did last year, and don't get me wrong, the talent was not there. But holy shit, the play calling was hilariously bad.
Yeah.
We literally put in our 5-star defensive end and ran a toss pass on the 1-yard line where he threw a pick.
That's what you do, though, right? That's play call.
They
101.
They didn't see it coming. Yeah, his play calling
you put the defensive end at running back, let him throw the ball.
Caleb is a big Satterfield guy.
I'm aware.
So
I'm aware. He's got one supporter. His name's Caleb Williams.
He's still
in the chat. I want to hear your defense, Caleb. Oh man, that was the whole thing. I mean, we're winding down, dude. Football's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming quick. My whole thing with is worst OC in 20. That's not what you said last year. That's not what you said all season last year.
No, it was. I was just fucking with you. Caleb actually absolutely hates Mark Satterfield.
Every time we talk about it, he's like, we'll see. Like, no, there's nothing to see.
Caleb, though.
There's nothing to see. We've seen it. It's been synced. There's no more seeing. But that's the whole thing with me whenever, like, because all the hype about getting Rattler and everything. And don't get me wrong. Yes, like at least the quarterback situation's been figured out.
For me,
but his offensive
almost
coordinator
like
is Marcus
Gigi, though, where we have to be better. He's that much better than the walk-on whatever quarterback.
But does it really mean that much if our defensive end is throwing passes?
We beat North Carolina in a bowl game and our wide receiver is playing quarterback.
Not the same team. Still not convinced that was the same team. Don't know who coached that team. Don't know who was calling those plays. Not the same guy. Different guy. They picked a fan. A fan won a contest and got to pick plays. And that's what happened because that was not the same team that played the entire regular season. Not the same team, not the same offense. They made Dakereon Joyner a football player in that game.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense because he's not.
Dakereon Joyner is one of the most average football players I've ever seen in my life. They say he's athletic. He's just a football player. He's a guy.
Not the same team. You can't convince me it was the same team. It wasn't the same damn team.
It just took them 15 weeks to figure out the offense.
I mean, I guess when you have 4 weeks to put together a game plan, that might help a little bit. But still, we didn't see any of that all season. None of it.
Oh,
Not a single bit of it. We saw all. They were like, oh yeah, we were saving it for the Mayo Bowl.
We'll see. We'll see how the Panthers are talking about them. We'll see how the Gamecocks look. I predict them to win 8 football games.
I think it's a fair assessment. If we win, ecstatic.
I said 7.
If we win 8, I'm ecstatic.
7, but 8 on the good side. I'm gonna be 8.
Yeah.
8. If we go 8 wins, I'm really happy with that. I think we definitely have the talent to. I don't know about the coaching is the issue. I think our front seven's really stacked. We got a bunch of guys that's going to be really great on that side of the ball. Cam Smith's a rock star at corner. We have some talented guys at wide receiver. We have Spencer Rattler. We have like 7 returning offensive linemen. Now, albeit that offensive line was one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen in my life, they're coming back. So
hopefully they'll be standing closer to or farther apart than they were last
year. And not blocking air.
Interlock their legs when they started off in the pass block. Unreal.
Satterfield maybe cancels.
I
mean, who knows?
You normally buy 7 of them.
I definitely think that as an offensive line, that was maybe Rattler makes y'all 8-win team. I think so too. What's going on, bro? What's going on? But I think we win 8 football games. I just want to. All I care about is watching an offensive line that could be decent, bro. I'm not asking for much. I don't want offensive linemen to have a guy line up over them and block air. Bro, there were so many times in our group chats
so many times
where we were screenshotting pictures of our offensive line blocking air.
No one.
The lookout block.
No
look
one.
Out.
You look behind them, there's 3 people chasing the quarterback.
A quarterback, by the way, who was 270 pounds and then cut his jersey to fit it into it.
So man, bust a can of biscuits.
That team won 7 football games for me.
Unbelievable. I think Shane Beamer's the real deal. We fired offensive coordinator after the season, and maybe we got something. It's football, dude. Of course I'm excited, but I also I temper my expectations because it's the Gamecocks.
How many wins?
Never get too excited.
How many wins we get?
I think 7 is a fair. I think we go back to 8. I'm 8. I'm locking in 8. 8 wins locked in.
We'll have a whole series. We say this. We'll have a whole series dedicated to the college when it comes about time. Who do you think wins the SEC?
Alabama. I mean, they brought back the Heisman Trophy winner, and they have one of the greatest defensive players I've ever seen.
So we got Alabama versus Georgia, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably.
Alabama versus South Carolina in the SEC championship game.
Yeah, because we're going undefeated, baby. We got Spencer Rattler, baby.
It's our year.
It's Spencer the Rat Attack.
Spencer Rattler's winning the Heisman.
Duh.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing great. But
I like the running back room. I'll tell you that. I really like the running back room.
Once again, it comes back to the offensive line.
Yep.
Which also, Spencer Rattler, I don't care how good he is. If we can't block,
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. I got lots of experience with bad offensive lines in my fandom. Damn football.
I think as a football fan last year, I'm scarred and I need to see it before I can really invest my love into it again. From watching Carolina block air on Saturday to literally having the worst graded offensive line in the NFL on Sundays with the Panthers, it was, bro, I didn't watch football last year. I was just not even, tough. I was traumatized.
It's hard. It's real tough when you just know that your offensive line is trying to kill your quarterback.
It's inevitable. We're just going to get – dude, I don't care who you are. If you don't have a good front seven, if you don't have a good offensive line, a good front seven, you ain't winning shit.
You ain't winning nothing. Nothing that matters. You might win a couple games, but you ain't winning nothing that matters.
So who do you think is in the playoffs? Think USC's make it again?
I mean, I would think Alabama and Georgia, but I'm worried about. I mean, I think Georgia still wins the East, but I'm worried they might have a little hangover. I can see 2 losses.
So maybe 2 West teams.
So maybe
like which team? One loss West team.
A&M.
Maybe A&M.
Maybe Texas A&M squeaks in, and with Alabama, and I don't think. I mean, Oklahoma, poor Oklahoma. There goes everything they lost. They're not making it.
I don't think that conference gets anybody.
No, I think that conference is in shambles right now.
I don't trust the Pac-12 at all. Did you say
State.
Oregon? Oh, yeah, Ohio State's going to get it.
Ohio State.
Ohio State's definitely going to be in.
For sure.
Especially with that. I mean, they have stupid talent on that team.
I mean, that wide receiver room, again, they had 2 first-round picks. They're going to have another probably 2 first-round picks. It's stupid. So, yeah, let me get A&M, Alabama, Ohio State, and
so last year it was Michigan. They got the shit beat out of them. What, did Notre Dame make it in? Notre Dame, right? 11-2 Notre Dame. Did they get in? No, they didn't. I don't think.
No. So Ohio State,
Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, and Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
No, Ohio State didn't get in.
No, Ohio State didn't get in.
It was Michigan. Sorry, Michigan, Alabama, Georgia. Who's the other team?
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Cincinnati made it.
Cincinnati made it. Yeah. So that spot's open. Who knows?
Cincinnati's back in, baby.
They lost everybody. They lost a quarterback.
Back, dude.
Cincinnati's back.
Let's go. Run that back. I don't know, man. It's going to be that spot is kind of open. I don't know.
By the way, South Carolina week 2 plays Arkansas. 9 a.m. kickoff for me.
Tough.
Week 3, we play Georgia. 9 a.m. kickoff for me. There's nothing worse than waking up at 9 a.m., rolling out of bed,
having your whole day ruined. Your entire day is ruined.
It's ruined.
It's absolutely ruined.
And then, of course, Sunday is the Panthers, and who knows what's going to happen with them.
The Panthers, though.
I guess you want to transition into some NFL before we get out of here?
The Panthers, though.
Bro,
I love the Baker Mayfield trade.
Well, I mean, we all saw it coming from a mile away.
I love.
We talked about this. We talked about this forever. Once we didn't draft a quarterback. To be fair, those quarterbacks are ass anyway. Once we went that way, and the Browns did what they did to Baker Mayfield. I just think it's a win-win for Baker Mayfield and the Panthers. Baker Mayfield's coming to a team with. We're gonna have they invested heavily in their offensive line. Our offensive line. I'm gonna be serious here about the Panthers for a second. We're gonna have a very serviceable offensive line. We're moving Brady Christensen into guard. He's going to be a really good guard. We got one of the best other guards in free agency. We drafted the best tackle. So I think we're going to be set at offensive line. Now, how good it is, I just want it to be middle of the pack, and I think we're going to be decent. We need Christian McCaffrey to stay healthy. And
that's a big need.
That's a big need. You got to have that. Which without Christian McCaffrey,
need.
The offense is just average. But if he just becomes a guy who doesn't turn the ball over a lot and make the right plays, I think there's still maybe a player in there. We're going to find out this year.
He's better than Sam Darnold. He's better than
better.
Sam Darnold.
I'm better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold hasn't thrown a touchdown in like 12 quarters.
Bro, they're out there. They've already come out. It's an open competition. between Field and Sam Darnold, the number 1 and 3 pick from a couple
And
years
all it
ago.
takes is for Sam Darnold to throw it to the wrong team, and they're like, all right.
It should not be a competition. I'm not the biggest Baker fan. I think he's literally the definition of an average quarterback.
Right.
Like literally, I'd put him at maybe the 16th best quarterback in the league, but he's not the 32nd best quarterback in the league, and maybe 35th. I think there might be some backups I would put in over Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is
Nick
trash.
Foles. Nick Foles
Sam Darnold is bad. He's been bad. He's been bad for a long time, and everyone likes him. Well, not everyone, but the media likes him because he's a 6'4" guy with a big arm.
He can sling it.
He's bad and he sucks. And I don't think Baker's great, but he's a massive improvement over Sam Darnold. The fact that when y'all traded for Sam Darnold and you immediately locked in the 5th year, I was just blown away. I was like, why? Why lock in the 5th year? You know
why they did that? You know why they did that, Remy?
Because they were hoping to save if he panned out.
No. They did that because they know he's a nut job anyway, and he's a mental head case. And they're like, hey, we're going to back this guy, and maybe that'll make him be like, okay, I can do it. They got my back.
I can throw the ball to the wrong team a lot.
Over and over and over again.
But, oh, man, I do love the move. I do like Baker's, Baker's, of course, he's an arrogant guy, so he's going to bring at least some confidence to the position.
Did you see those black helmets?
Dude, I was going to say the black helmets. I'm not going to lie, dude. Listen, being a Dolphins fan,
go ahead and say it.
How backwards our look has gone, and everything the Panthers drop is just fire, dude.
It's creme de la creme, bro.
Every look y'all have is
the white with black pants. I love it. The white top with the black pants.
Every look y'all have,
the baby blue and black,
awesome.
Oh, it's so sick.
And here I have to every week watch that stupid dolphin swim through the middle of the sun.
You mean make it purr?
Please don't make it purr.
Where's your Dolphins tattoo, bro? You're not a fan.
I would never get that whale swimming through the middle of the sun on me.
No, you go back.
I'll go back. Yes, I would do that.
It's so funny because 2 times a year, 3 times a year, the Dolphins play in their throwbacks,
and everyone loses.
And everyone's like, dude, these are the sickest fucking jerseys in the world. They put the old Dolphin on the helmet, and they're like, back to the weird teal.
Stupid sun swimming dolphin. I hate him so much. But no, I saw those black helmets today. Those are sick. I think, like I said, man, I'm just jealous, dude. There's just certain teams. It's like every combo they rock is it just fits. And like y'all, the Chargers, I think the Chargers, 13, no, baby. Y'all, the Chargers, everything they rock. I think the Eagles, like every combo the Eagles put together is pretty sick. I mean, there's some teams that just absolutely nail it, and then there's some teams that don't.
I was talking to the guy who cuts my hair. He's a big Colts fan, and he's a big sports guy. He travels all around and goes all kinds of sports. Really cool dude. But I was letting him know, I hate the majority of the NFC. Really, they all suck, and it's ass football, and I hate it. But I really like the AFC, and I have the Panthers in the NFC, and I'm a big Bills guy.
And you're a Cardinals fan, and
I don't like the Cardinals, and you know that. I fucking hate the Cardinals, and you know that. So I love the Bills, and I love the Panthers. I think I got a third team, and I think it's been there for a while, and everyone knows it, and it's the LA Raiders, dude. I fucking love the Raiders.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
The LV Raiders.
The LV Raiders.
I mean, I don't hate them.
Exactly. I love them.
I don't hate them.
They're hilarious, dude.
Their uniform is classic. Their stadium is insane. There's no one on the team that I really just can't stand. I think I got no issues with the Raiders. They got Devontae Adams. They got one of the more underrated quarterbacks in Derek Carr. I no quarrels with the
Here's the
Raiders.
problem, though. I also like the Chargers, and they're in the same division.
Well, you shouldn't. They need to draft a quarterback. They haven't made the playoffs with Justin Herbert, so it's time to move on.
Well, you sound like a Dolphins fan talking
It's
about.
time to move on. They haven't made the playoffs. What's he won? What's
Justin Herbert done in the playoffs?
What's he won? Nothing. Time to move on. You got to look at fixing that position first to become a playoff winning team. That's what I've been told.
We're just going to do like a light stroke over the NFL. But first, before we do that, let's hear your outlook on the Dolphins. I did my Panthers.
Oh.
Let's hear your Dolphins.
Oh, you mean undefeated? Unstoppable? Absolute juggernaut? No, I will say, as like tempered as my expectations are for the Gamecocks, I'm the opposite with Miami. Because we got a coach that cares about his players, and that seems to be big for our team. Our team, I think that matters a lot. Let me fix my little focus here. I can see it in Tua. He's happy that he has a coach that seems to care about him versus one who absolutely didn't. I watched Tyreek podcast in which he had Tua on. Dude, I don't know if I could be a bigger Tyreek Hill fan than I am right now. Tyreek Hill is Tua's biggest hype man. It's insane. Yeah. And he's just a hype man, bro. We're about to be so fast. I don't know what the offense is going to look like yet because Mike McDaniel is a run first guy. But if you look at our team, it's like we got Tyreek Hill, we got Jalen Waddle, we got Mike Gesicki, we got Cedric Wilson. Like we're gonna be a run heavy team with all that. I don't know, but Armstead, Connor Williams, just that. Like I still would like to see more on the offensive line, but I think they're gonna try and give the two young early draft picks one more chance because we put Austin Jackson as a first round pick. We took Eichenberg as a second round pick. They're going to both probably get one more chance to prove they're NFL players. But if they can just be serviceable, if those two guys can be serviceable NFL players, I think that hype is pretty high. I will say the only thing that concerns me is our defense was so good last year after a certain point. We started 1-7.
Y'all were hilariously bad, but then turned it on.
And then turned it on. Now, I don't know because I'm not in these rooms, but I have a feeling in my heart that 1-7 stretch, Brian Flores had given the defensive play calling to the defensive coordinator, and then eventually said, "No, enough's enough," and he took over. And then I think that's when the jump was made. The biggest fear is
he's not there anymore.
We kept that defensive coordinator, and Brian Flores is not there anymore.
Gone, yeah.
So the defensive coordinator is still the defensive coordinator.
How awkward have been to be like, hey, bro, you want to just stay on as defensive coordinator? Like, we're going to fire you from head coach.
That would have been, best case scenario. And then he sued us. So, they went out the window pretty quickly. But the talent is there, dude. If you look at the roster, top to bottom, this is, and I'm not out here claiming Super Bowl contending team, but this team should make the playoffs. People act like, so if you, I'm big, of course, clearly I'm all over Dolphins Twitter and everything like that. When people say that, people lose their minds. So like the Dolphins make the playoffs? We were one game away last year. Mm-hmm. One win away from making it last year. We should have made it the year before that.
And you couldn't start any worse.
And yeah, you start 1-7, and we're one win away from making the playoffs. We literally controlled our own destiny going into the end of it, and would have made the playoffs if we won one more football game. And the year before that, we won 10 football games and didn't make it. So, I don't think it's that outlandish to say that a team that's been one game away the last 2 years, who just added Tyreek Hill, who just added, the better running backs with Edmonds, Mozart, and second-year Jalen Waddle. I don't think it's insane to think that maybe that team could win one extra football game and make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy.
But you say that, and people are like, there's no way. By the way, the Patriots don't have an offensive coordinator, so I don't want to talk about the Patriots anymore. They don't have an offensive coordinator. They don't have an offensive coordinator. Who's your number one wide receiver? They traded N'Keal Harry for a bag of peanuts. Patriots suck.
I feel like, so camp started for the team. The rookies had to report for the teams that are in the Hall of Fame game. So it's ramping up. And I'm glad that we started this back, just kind of touch base on a lot of stuff. I know we didn't go and do our normal breakdowns on a lot of things, but it's good to get the feet wet again.
Oh yeah, felt
it's
good.
Good to start this back. Good. Interact with the chat. We had some people come in, some first times. If you're new and you're watching, please hit that subscribe button down below. We appreciate all the support from you guys.
Did you see the Madden ratings?
I did see the Madden ratings.
Did you see the wide receivers?
I don't even talk about Madden anymore because I don't play it.
No, I mean I don't either, and it's an absolute joke. They have Jamar Chase as the 18th best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They have Amari Cooper as the number 10 wide receiver in the league.
That's crazy.
Who's
doing these?
They put Amari Cooper number 10. I'm not an Amari Cooper hater. He's not the 10th best wide receiver in the league. Not even close. No. It's not even close, bro. It's comical sometimes when you see stuff like that. Tyreek Hill's the third best wide receiver in the league, though. So,
Who's the first?
Devontae Adams, 99 club. Cooper Kupp, 98 club. Won the receiver triple crown last year. Gets the 98.
98 club. That's interesting.
The 98 club. Yeah, I mean, I just find it comical. I played one Madden, I think, in the last 5 years. And so I don't really play it, but I get a good laugh, a good chuckle whenever the player ratings come out, because I'm just like, someone got paid to say that Jamar Chase is the 18th best wide receiver in the league. That means that half the teams have a wide receiver better than him. Over half the teams.
Yeah. No. He's just average.
Sure. Okay. Yep. Adam Thielen was ranked higher than him.
Stop.
Once again, don't hate Adam Thielen, but Jamar Chase had 1,500 receiving yards last year.
He was a giant part of why the Bengals went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild.
It's almost like they forgot him.
Just,
like,
right? It's like, oh, shit. 83.
80 low 80s.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm making low 80s. Sure. Breaks all the records, whatever.
Tyreek gonna struggle from the top rope for me.
I mean,
and you can tell he's a Chiefs fan too, by the way.
That makes sense. That makes sense as to why you would say Tyreek's gonna struggle.
Old butthurt Chiefs fan over here.
Old Chiefs fan. Melvin Ingram probably gonna struggle too because he's a Dolphin now too. No, I'm not worried about that at all. Do I think Tyreek will put up the same numbers? No. I don't think we run the same offense. Clearly, we're not going to run the same offense the Chiefs do. But what we will
It's got to be exciting, though. It's got to be exciting.
I mean, we are just going to be so
Chiefs
fast.
Thrive.
Yeah, with Juju Smith-Schuster.
Juju's going to kill it for you guys in the slot.
I would be so happy, so excited to watch Juju Smith-Schuster and Jackson Mahomes.
Dude, y'all have two electric wide receivers.
I mean, speed for days. Don't slouch on Cedric Wilson. He's not slow. He's pretty quick dude too. Mozart, when healthy, is the fastest running back in the league. So, I mean, it's going to be electric.
The Dolphins are going to fuck it up somehow.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. We will definitely mess this up. It does not matter.
But this was fun. This was fun to get back in the saddle.
So next, either whenever we do either a live or recording again, I do want to start doing that thing that I pitched to you a couple weeks back, the like top 5 lists. I want to start doing that. So I think that'll bring on some good debate. I will come up with a topic for our next episode. I will give you a top 5, and we will not discuss it until we go live or record.
Oh, okay. So it's just going to be off the noggin.
Yeah, because I want. Listen, as much fun as this was, could you imagine if this was like?
Remy, what we should do is you do one week, then
Mhm.
I get to
Oh,
do
yeah.
it next
No,
week.
that's
Rotate
fine.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't want to discuss it until we get in here.
Okay.
And I want it to be like, okay. And then
Raw.
just live raw reactions.
All right.
So for our next episode, I'm gonna come up with one. I'll give you a day or two to create your list, and then we will reveal our top fives and debate. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Well, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for hopping in and hanging out with us. Remy's back in black, apparently. Rocking the goatee, looking good. Got Batman going on. Did you paint your wall black?
No, it's my bed, bro.
But the back, the other wall's black on my screen.
Yeah,
It's always been like that?
It's dark in here.
Oh,
Darkness.
okay. Well,
I live on the East Coast, Terry. It's nighttime here. It's not the middle of the afternoon.
it's 6 o'clock.
I go to bed soon, bud.
Yeah, I know. I had to sprint from work to get here in time to make this happen. Hard pass on top. There he is.
On top. Tyler missed all the fun topics.
He'll have to catch us next time.
He missed the Stifle Tower, baby. All the way to the 4 seed. Bang!
All the way to the 6 seed. I'm out of here, dude. I can't take it anymore. Me thinking about how much you love Rudy Gobert is just it makes me want to go throw up.
I started a fan club.
I
started the Rudy Gobert fan club.
Rudy Gobert gave the NBA COVID, Remy, and you like him.
He didn't give the NBA COVID. He gave the world COVID.
He did.
He is the benchmark for me for when COVID was like, oh shit, this is real. He gave the world.
I'm gonna touch
COVID.
everything.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't hold that against him. He's just a great basketball.
I can and I will.
Him and Chet Holmgren's chain are going to the Hall of Fame.
We didn't even talk about the NBA draft, which we got so much that we're gonna have to just throw in the next.
Maybe we don't wait 3 months between episodes again.
I blame Remy Brennan, guys. Go to his Twitter, RemBreezy72, add him, cuss him out, tell him he's a piece of shit.
Me?
It's his fault.
Me?
Yep.
I got backup. I got receipts. Bro. You let me figure out how to put my text messages up on that screen. And it's over for you, son.
The guy who downplayed COVID playing cat, the guy who lost 7 family members and mother to COVID. Yeah.
It's called chemistry, Tyler. At least they have something to talk about.
It is a topic. Or did they just look at each other?
Oof. Yeah, Big Cat probably not a big fan. But they're going to play great together. I've always said today's NBA is really designed for 2 7-footers. So I think it'll pan out.
That's it. I'm gonna go watch some baseball. I'm gonna go watch some All-Star game.
See if Pete Alonso hits some dingers, baby. It's because what he does.
Think about how terrible the bubble was. The bubble, dude. The bubble, some would say was real basketball.
Hardest
no
championship
home court
of all
advantage.
time. Hardest
Lakers.
championship of all time.
LeBron.
So much better than this year's finals.
All right, guys.
Dude, let's get out of here.
We're out. I'll holler at you boys later. Thank y'all for stopping in. Remy Brennan's an idiot, and go add him and cuss him out.